Good evening. This is the market update for buy sell short for Tuesday, February 12th. Kind of a listless day today in the market. It seems like traders are hiding under a rock right now, or at least they have been really over the last few days. We should be seeing a lot more action in stocks than what we actually are seeing. The large caps are dominating most of the action, and it seems traders are just scared to hold stocks. We're still in this trading range that's been in place for the last 2 weeks. We got right up to the top end of it before we started to retreat into the close. So going to be interesting to see what happens in the morning if we do see another back test down to the 13,800s or if we actually manage to break out. The breadth was pretty good on both the NASDAQ and the NYSE, so it gives us hope for a possible breakout to the upside. Looking at the daily chart, you can see we are right there. RSI has some upside room. Volumes kind of died off in the last couple of days, and we do have the State of the Union address tonight, so they may use that to gun the market tomorrow or dip it. It's anyone's guess. Some years we get pops, some years we get dips, some years nothing happens after the State of the Union. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there tomorrow. Russell, really same. Slow move, higher, stair-stepping all the way up. All the moving averages curled up. And, there's not much more we can add on that. You're starting to see, however, a lot of chatter in the business media from perma-bulls like Mark Faber. These guys that say the sky is falling. If you say the sky is falling every day for a year, you'll probably get it right eventually, but for some reason these knuckleheads continue to get, continued press release. As the saying goes, a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. These guys get a win, and for the next 20 years we got to listen to their crap even though they're wrong over and over again. Anyway, this clown's coming out and saying the market's a lot like 1987 and we could experience a similar crash later in the year. In 1987, everyone and their mom was giving people stock tips just like they were back in the dot-com era. Stocks were flying. We're at all-time highs, and you don't hear any sort of stuff like that. If we start to hear stuff like that, it'll be when we see the Dow at 16K plus, and if we sell off after hitting that level, whatever is all I got to say. Anyway, let's jump into some stock plays. WYY, very nice move on this puppy over the last few weeks for us. Actually, let's look at a closer chart here. We got that retrace, two-day retrace. What we've been seeing happen a lot especially on these big runners, is they run up and then they pull back for 2, 3, 4 days at a time, and then they bounce back and end up posting or running to new highs. We saw that action today on WYY, pull back to the 200-day moving average yesterday, held it today, and bounced back nicely. Now, the Obama administration is giving the Department of Homeland Security authority for cybersecurity, an executive draft order. These guys do cybersecurity for the Department of Defense, Homeland Security, and the reports that DHS is going to be doing, these guys are responsible for that technology. So this is an excellent play, and it explains why they continue to grow their revenues. And very, very nice volume pop on this one over the last month. Next breakout is 65 cents. And if we go back to that longer term chart here, 65.72, and then a move up to $1. Earnings are not till towards the end of March, and I could see this stock trading up here by the time earnings roll around. Just look what ZHNE, another profitable stock, has done over the last couple of months. It's gone up 150%. WYY can do the same. ZBB finally got that breakout today that we have been waiting for forever and a day, and broke above 40, but they still kept a foot on it. Damn these Amex, Scamex market makers. They just won't let good stocks run sometimes. Looking for follow-through on this one into its earnings report on Thursday. 50 to 55 cents is the target, with support at 36 cents right now. Very heavy volume on the breakout. Positive MACD cross, stochastics. Check out on balance volume, the accumulation that is ongoing in this one. The specialist is trying to hold this stock back, but if we continue to get that volume tomorrow, this one should bust up to the upside. IDRA. Disappointing is the only words I have for it. They were at that conference, released absolutely no news, and the stock is just floundering here. Stops 65 cents, and we'll continue to monitor. Might require a little bit of patience, but again, another event play that didn't really work out. I mean, it used to be like clockwork. You would see these stocks explode into these events, but we're not getting any press releases from these companies at these conferences anymore, so it's a crapshoot at times if we're going to get news. ECTY, electric car charging stock. Again, big pop a couple of weeks ago, has been pulling back, finding a nice support here at the 200-day moving average. We are about to get a golden cross. That's when the 50-day moving average crosses up through the 200-day moving average. Very, very bullish. Break at 60 cents, and we could see a move back to 68 to 80 cents. Chart looks ready for a very nice bounce in the near term. PEIX looked great going into the weekend, but pulled back. Volume was pretty low. It's held the 8-day moving average. It's held its 20-day exponential. It continues to bump up against that 200-day moving average at 43 cents. If we get some chatter from the president tonight regarding biofuels, this should be a gapper in the morning. I would suspect we could see a move up to the 50-plus cent area. So let's see what happens on that one. FOH, disappointment number 2. As I said in the email alert and in the chat room, if there was a week that this stock was going to pop, it would be this week. Valentine's Day on Thursday. Fredericks of Hollywood, lingerie, hello. 30 cents is going to be the breakout on this one. It's been finding support 23 to 24 cents. Let's see if we get a press release or some interest on this one tomorrow and Thursday into Valentine's Day. Another one that continues to coil here is CBRX. Looked like it was ready to rock and roll yesterday. And then this morning, zippity-doo-dah volume. I think they pulled it back to 61 cents on 16K volume after doing 1 million shares yesterday. It's just that kind of market. You almost have to find a good chart, sit on them, ignore them, and wait for your targets to hit. Target is still 75 cents here with support at 59 to 60. Last but not least, RNN. Fat pop on this baby yesterday on nice volume. As I mentioned in the weekend video, we had that big, heavy volume run up to 39 cents, low volume retrace, found support at the moving averages, and then boom, all the way back up. It actually gapped open this morning, was trading at 41 cents in pre-market, and whoosh, just like that, it was at 38 cents. And again, Amex, Scamex market where these damn crooked-ass specialists is what it is when you trade the Amex stocks. Looking for a bounce back. This 42 cents, and the volume we've seen in this stock recently, when it breaks 42 cents, it's going to give us some very, very nice upside. Looking for a bounce back on this one tomorrow. Tried to bounce into the close. They stole quite a number of shares there late in the session. So let's see if we get a bounce back on this one tomorrow. So that's it for the video. Didn't go over all the plays. If you've got any questions on any plays, shoot me an email or just ask me in the chat room what stops should be on them right now, whether you should trail your stops if you're still in them, whether it's time to move on. Right now it's time to get back to that strategy where we don't hold stocks for more than 3-4 weeks. If we don't get a pop by then, we move out of the stock. Case in point would be ASTM. Time to cut this turd loose. 135, 140 area, I would look to exit and then, rebuy it on a volume break of 145, 150. It's just a frustrating stock. And actually, you know what? Selling some shares in this area will probably make it run. That's usually how it works for some of these stocks. So that's it for the video. Have a great evening and see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Goodbye.